Hello, fellow YouTubers. Thank you for tuning in. I was quite busy today. I had two live broadcasts on FB, and now I'm sharing the first one. Okay, this is the first one. I interviewed a JVP volunteer, and here is the interview. Here is the interview. Hope you like it. Hello, good morning, friends. Good morning, everybody. This morning, I am with Joel Clemente, JVP Batch 11. Joel, how are you?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. I'm good. It's
Yes,
been a good day. Yes.
and your location is in
McKinney, Texas, USA.
yes, Makilitec, and I'm in now in Marikina City. So
Yes.
this is our distance. I'll show a Google map of our of our location. Okay, so this is how apart we are at this time physically.
Yes. Yes.
But Joel, thank you so much for cooperating with this
Hmm.
broadcast. Okay, cooperating with this broadcast. Um, you've been very eager to cooperate, and I'd like to uh, express my gratitude. Okay, so before we proceed, okay, I'd like to show a video that Joel shared with me. Okay, this is a video that Joel shared with me, and which I would like to show everyone to warm up this presentation. Okay, so
Okay.
friends, here is the video.
Thank you.
Gratitude is the memory of the heart. May we always find ourselves going back to these good times, to these places, to these people. May the Lord bless you and keep you close to His heart. Trust the Lord and love the Lord, for He will never leave your side. To a person with a generous heart, the Lord gives back tenfold. Pressed, shaken, and overflowing. May you always find yourself in God's love, in God's heart, as you are salt of the earth and light of the world. Amen.
And look at the banner! The reunion! Ikaapat na dekada!
night there in Texas. And all who
Ikaw na
joined them.
magsabi ka, I cannot do it.
Ganda! Yes! And look, we are practicing. The song, the first song that we learned. Because we are already old. We can't remember. Bukas Palad.
I believe that God always put people in your path or on your path because there is a reason for it.
But then I realized that I have to rely on myself, on the God that I am supposed to worship.
Binigyan natin ng ilaw ng pakasa para maging masaya in our own.
And I think I am where I am because of where I was as a JVP.
Or talk about something in the past, I always think of JVP.
But at the end of the night, all of us are like this. We do this every night in the JVP house. Almost every night at home, over there.
For today's day, I'm so happy. Really. I'm so joyful.
And I'm so glad I came. It's like coming home. Urot!
Hello, Joel.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That was a very heartwarming video.
Yes, your batch made it, right? Your batch made that video.
Actually, the one who did it, the video was John Pastrano. He was a JBP batch 20 to batch 15. He was actually a fellow housemate with me when we used to live in Manila.
Yes, correct. So, Joel, as our purpose for, I hear some, background noise. I hear some background noise.
That's fine.
Joel, our purpose for tonight's for this morning's presentation, eh, eh, I hear an echo. I, I hear I hear somebody playing. I hear the echo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
Right.
maybe they can play it at a farther place, or they can use a headphone. They can use
Okay.
a headphone. They
Okay.
can use a head. Yeah. Okay. Much better. I okay. I still hear it.
Uh,
I hear an echo of my voice.
just 1 minute. Okay.
Okay.
Just 1 minute.
Okay. Okay. While we're waiting, I'd like to show some clips of. This is.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, got it.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, I told you
Okay.
to use
Okay.
an echo.
Okay.
An earphone. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, this is part of live broadcasting. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So, uh, Joel, um, okay, Joel, could you please introduce yourself so that our viewers can know more about you?
So I'm actually Joel John Clemente. I was actually born and raised in Zamboanga City, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm a nurse by profession. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, after graduation, I went to JBP, where I belong to the 11th batch of JBP volunteer that was assigned in Sulat Eastern Samar at the parish of Saint Ignatius de Loyola. And that's also the area where I met my future wife and my two brothers-in-law who are both priests. And from the Philippines to this country, I still uh, I still practice volunteerism, which I believe is already embedded in my heart. And I'm so very fortunate to be given the opportunity to join JBP, not just because I want to serve, but the opportunity to make a difference to other people.
Yes, correct. And while we're doing this, what we are also trying to do in effect is to recruit for the next batch of JVPs, right?
Yeah, yes,
Could
sir.
you
Yes.
could you tell us more about that project?
Okay, so the recruitment for batch 41, which will commence in May 2020 and ends in April 2021, is to bring another batch of JESUIT volunteers that will be assigned in underserved and marginalized communities in different parts of the country. So as JPP volunteers, these volunteers will serve as teachers, counselors, and also parish workers, as well as youth organizers, and also youth coordinators and community organizers. So their year of volunteer, I believe, will imprint in their heart that for once in their life they were able to give themselves for other people. And as I always said, once a volunteer will always be a volunteer because you're such thing you do it not only for yourself but you do it for God and for fellow man.
Yes, correct. And okay, so to to go deeper into that subject, okay. But before that, JVPs will have a reunion. We'll have a grand reunion. This for the
Ye-
yes. Could you
Yes,
please tell us
actually,
more?
you're right. Actually, there will be a JBP Grand Reunion in celebration of our 40th anniversary. There will be one coming up here in the U.S. in San Diego, California, and in next month from March 20 to 23. This is
Mhm.
for those JBP alumni who are living abroad, and also and there's another reunion that will be held in Cagayan de Oro, uh, in the Philippines somewhere. I think from April 20 to 24 in April.
I see. Okay. By the way, before we proceed, I noticed that the original link that I sent for everyone to view this video changed. Okay. So for those who are still not able to see this video, just go to my page, the Philippine Corporate Address Book, and scroll down, and you'll see this video live. Okay. So uh, Joel, okay, to go deeper into this topic, okay.
Uh-huh.
So, uh, how did you, okay, how did you start out in this in this in this JVP journey? How did you?
Actually,
Mm,
Actually, the story actually started when I was when I was fourth year on my nursing years in Ateneo. There was a group of JBP alumni and a JBP volunteer that was assigned at Ateneo de Zamboanga, and they were actually giving talks from one room to another, explaining about the JB program. Somewhere along the way, there was a part in me that tell me, hey, you need to go to the program. So what I did before that, I just pray hard and making sure that, Lord, if the program is for me, then give it to me. But before that, before finally accepted into the program, I experienced some hardship and sacrifices wherein I learned that I was conditionally accepted into the program because I have a speech defect. There was a series of psychological interviews that I went to by the Jesuit priest to make sure that I am fitted for the program. God is so gracious to me because after 3 months, I think that was March 1990, I was able to get the result and the letter from the JPP office in Ateneo de Manila that I was finally accepted into the program despite of my uh, speech defects. I'm so glad because the JBP community, my teachers, my timers were very supportive at the program that I went to. And I think that 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 JPP experience has really created me a, a deep sense of commitment and dedication to serve the Lord in my own ways, and also to touch people's lives and to make a difference in the lives of the people that I serve in my mission area.
And Joel, why did you apply in the first place? I mean, why among all different things you could do after graduation, why JVP?
You know, actually, the primary reason why I want to apply for JBP is the first thing I want to serve. That's the main reason, and also I'd like to maximize my time while waiting for the board exam as a nurse, because back in the Philippines you have to wait 6 to 8 months before you get the result. Uh, whether you pass the board, and you know you cannot practice a nurse in the Philippines without a license. So to maximize the time, I told myself, okay, I cannot apply JPB not only to wait for the result of the board exams, which the result after 6 months, but also to serve and also to give my 1 year of service just for the Lord and for the community that I serve.
And okay, so and how was the year? I mean, was it was it worth the effort, the 1 year?
I would gladly say that 100% the experience was really meaningful and painful. I even thought to myself and even to my family that only selfless love can do such thing, because you're giving yourself away not for yourself but for the people. And that experience has told me one thing. The experience that told me that you need to get out of your comfort and do something for the community, because in return you the people touch your hearts and you touch them as well, and you leave a lasting impression that in the end someone cares for them.
What is the most memorable JVP and experience did you have?
I believe one of the most memorable experiences that I have when I was assisting the municipal doctor taking care of those injured patients in the community. There was actually one occasion in that area wherein the NPA was trying to get into the area to create havoc to the community. But fortunately, with God's grace, the NPA was able to go into the area, and because of that, there were some casualties, there were some injured people. Wherein I was able to practice my not only as a JB but also as a nurse.
Oh, and uh, did you have some feedback from the people that you have helped? That what were the people you were helping expressing to you? I mean, during that year.
Well, the feedback that I got from the people whom I served was, but I would say very heartwarming, because they told us that they never in their life that they experienced a person out from nowhere came to their place and to help him. And they said that they said that they saw God in me, and maybe because of my goodness and kindness and generosity to help them, and also they saw me as a brother willing to help them in their needs.
And Joel, as a volunteer, you could have volunteered as a Red Cross volunteer, as any other kind of organization, probably the United Nations volunteer. But why JVP?
I chose JVP because of the core values of the program, especially the core values that said simplicity, solidarity, service, social justice, and the other values, plus the Ignatian values in action. As a Jesuit graduate, I, I was touched by the way our patron Saint Ignatius Loyola Loyola went on its way to give its life for other people during its mission, and those values really imprinted in my mind to choose JVP to really go into the woods and help those people who are in need.
And weren't you a person who possessed all those values before you even joined JVP?
I tell you, I have to be honest with you, sir. I did not possess any. Maybe I only possess one of the values. But as I went to go to nursing school in Ateneo de Zamboanga, I learned those values and put it into practice. What I learned from those values really helped me to be the kind of person that I am from the from till till then and up to the present.
Why Saint Ignatius? I mean, there are many other saints who have lived with the poor, like Saint Francis of Assisi, but why Saint Ignatius?
Well, I chose Ignatius because Saint Ignatius has a very good heart for the poor and and the less privileged. I really model his legacy because everything that he do, he offers everything to Mama Mary. As you know, Mama Mary is the portrait of our country in the Philippines, and with his kindness and generosity, he was able to show the world that despite of being a rich person, he was able to go to the lower level to give himself for others.
Is 1 year living a life of a JVP worth it? Is it worth? Is it worth it?
It is really worth it. It's worth it because when you are in the community with this with the people that you serve, you feel that God is in you. God is using you as an instrument to share love for other people and to spread His mission. Be it in your own little ways, in a little ways as a community organizer or a parish worker.
Now let's imagine all the possible volunteers for batch 41. What what could be a turning point in their decision making process, and they could just do this JVP volunteer thing?
Okay, so to answer that question, I said be the turning point for them to join it is for them to pray well and decide what they wanted to do. It once they join the JPD, there's always a commitment. The commitment not only to give 1 year of service, but also to give themselves for God. Because as a JVP, you're doing it for God, and doing things for God will help them be the kind of person they are and will be able to make changes in their lives.
This JVP volunteership is not limited to Jesuit school students, right?
Yes, it's open to all JVP. It's open to all students, to all college, young professionals and college graduates, whether graduates of Jesuit or non-graduate or non-Jesuit schools.
So for somebody who doesn't know Saint Ignatius, why would they try to join?
Well, to be able to discern, saying like I suggest if they really want to go in JGP, ask somebody who has had experience as a JP volunteer and also read something about Saint Ignatius of Loyola. And part of that, when they are being accepted into a program, usually the upcoming volunteers they usually undergo a skills training program and an orientation seminar to be able to see what's the program all about, the mission and vision, and including the life story of Saint Ignatius of Loyola.
Okay. And now that you are a nurse now that you are a supervising nurse in Texas, uh, what does the JVP year mean to you now that you are a nurse, no longer a volunteer, you're a professional, you earn money, but you spend how is it all connected?
Well, I believe the JBP experience has somehow connected my heart and my soul, because even though I'm already a nurse here in America, I'm still able to practice the spirit of volunteerism, not only with the corpus of Christ or the community I am involved with, as well as in the local church that I'm involved as a hospitality minister and as a third degree Knights of Columbus. All this experience has gave me meaning, the meaning to be of service to other people, and most especially for my patients and my co-workers at work, to be brothers and sisters to them.
Oh, and Joel, I pre-recorded some messages from your daughter and from your wife.
I didn't know that.
Because
Thank you.
uh, I'm curious, okay, because after a JVP year, after many years, okay, and you claim that JVP affects you still, okay? So I
Yes.
said, oh, so maybe you're just telling that to me.
it,
so
it
I
comes from the, go ahead. Go ahead.
so I requested some testimonials from your daughter and from your wife, okay,
Thank you.
which I will play and right now, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Being a part of JVP strengthened my dad's relationship with God for the better. I've noticed how he always encourages my mom and I to put God in the center of everything. He's also really active with church, whether it's with Knights of Columbus or Couples for Christ with my mom. I actually remember this one JVP reunion in our house, and everyone gathered from different states, and they had a whole arrangement planned with t-shirts, and they had like a conference slash reflection time with all of the JVP members. And I thought that was really cool, how even though everyone comes from different backgrounds, they're still able to get together and, love and praise the Lord. And it made me realize how strong and solid the JVP community is. And yeah, it's cool.
Thank you, anak. Thank you, Krishna.
Yeah, yes, that was pre-recorded.
I'm kind of emotional to that message.
Okay, and now I will show a message from your loving wife. Okay, so this is her message.
My hubby Jong's love for volunteerism dates back when he was in college to his GBP year in our hometown of Sulat Eastern Summer. And up to this day, his selfless love, not only for our family, for other people, are endless. No wonder he is always a man of a mission and a man of others. We hope that through his testimony, college graduates and young professionals will be driven and inspired by his story to give a year of their service for our fellow men through GBP Batch 41. Love you, Pa, and know that we are always here for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so Joel, those were the messages from your family,
Thank you.
and uh, I joined the group. I was inspired by JVP, okay?
Mhm.
And knowing you now and knowing your family, I'm even more inspired by
Thank you.
JVP.
Thank you. Thank
Y-
you. Thank you, sir. Thank
yes.
you.
So, Joel, as we close our program, would you like to say words, your words for our viewers before we close this program?
Mm. To our televiewers, thank you for taking your time to listen to my testimony, to our story with Mr. Rom Kumagon. I hope the story that we talk about earlier will will give you an inspiration to 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 do the same thing, especially for those young professionals and college graduates who wants to find meaning in life other than go other than to find a job right right away. I and also to find purpose and meaning in life. I hope that this testimony will also give you some kind of a lasting impression that we as human beings can always be a disciples uh, for Christ in all the things that we do, whether through community service or in our own special ways, our skills and knowledge and attitudes for God and for other people.
All right. Okay. So, Joel, thank you so much for spending time for this broadcast. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. And to all our friends who tuned in live, I wish to express my gratitude for staying with us live. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
friends, have a nice day, everybody. Have a nice. All right. So, friends, that was the broadcast this morning. Thank you for tuning in.